Let me see what my version says. Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. Somebody say, always pray and not give up. So Jesus is giving them a parable to show them that men ought to pray and never to get tired. Men always need to pray and not to give up. So Jesus understands that it is possible for a man to pray, but it is also possible for a man to give up. It is also possible for a man to tire. It is possible to begin prayer. Many of you began in the morning, and by noontime you had broken the fast because you were able to pray, but at some point you got tired. Those of us who know today, some are on day 3 of 40, day 7 of 21, they are able to pray for 21 days. Good. But as the time progresses, in February, when Valentine comes, they throw prayer away and they start to Valentinize themselves. And before you know it, it is Easter. And instead of celebrating God, they go and celebrate other Easters. They will go and do other stuff. Before you know it, May is here. And by the end of the year, a person who began the year in church, born again, fasting 21 days, 7 days, is no longer having God. Why? Because they prayed, but they gave up. They prayed, but they did not pursue prayer. Men ought to pray without getting tired. Men ought to pray without giving up. Tell your neighbor, you ought to pray. Because if you don't pray, the devil will make you his prey. Of P-R-E-Y. If you don't pray, you become a victim of the enemy. He sees you as prey. Hallelujah. Men ought to pray without fainting. Men ought to pray without giving up. Men ought to pray without tiring, without stopping. Pray always, not just for a specific time. That's why every Sunday we have an hour or more of just prayers. We call it prayer-thon. We are not just here to give you programs so that you come 7 to 8 youth service, 8 to 10 first service, 10 to 11 this service, this other service, and sing and sing and sing. Hallelujah. And somebody comes, I want to bring announcements. Mama so and so alipata mtoto, tunaenda kumuona. Brother so and so alifiwa na aunti yake. We have mashakaya iko huko maombolezi. We are buying a field. We are raising money to buy kiwanja. Those of you who have not honored your pledges, please honor your pledges.